Hello everyone, Boyces here, and here are the best comps for patch 11.24. So there is a list, I just covered the S and the A tier, what I believe are the best comp that you should aim to play in your ranked game. They are, I believe, in orders from strongest to lowest. Now strongest doesn't mean you have a high chance of top 1, you have a high chance of gaining LP. It could be top 4ing a lot, it could be top 1 a lot, depending. But I take consistency as key here. And talking about that, the first comp will be Protector Kog'Maw Reroll. It is actually the most consistent comp right now that you could run. If you do have the opener for it, it's pretty straightforward. You just run those units and 3-star all of them, except Mundo, of course. But that's the comp. You just yeah, there's nothing more to it. You're gonna definitely aim for Rage Blade, Giant Slayer on a Kog'Maw just because it scales with on hit. You want Kassadin to be your main tank. Before you were aiming at Garen. Now Kassadin is so much better. Yeah, you just stay level 5, you 3-star those two, you go to level 6, you 3-star Kog'Maw, Blitz, Vi. You go to level 7 to add another unit. Hopefully Mundo to get the 3 mutant as early as possible. And that's basically it. Caitlyn 3 is also quite insane. If she has one item, she should one-shot one unit every fight. So yeah, as far as top 4 comps goes, this is so far the most consistent one I have seen in high-low. So if you do have the opener for it, all the tanky items on the Kassadin, Giant Slayer, Rage Blade plus healing on the Kog'Maw. Challengers got nerfed, Yone got nerfed. Yeah, Challenger is still destroying lobbies. Yeah, unfortunately there is not much more to say about it. The only thing here is to not play actually challengers in the early game. You could play maybe Samira or Warwick to hold the items and go into Imperial and Chemtech. But don't just play 6 challenger at 6, for example. I believe that's not the way you should play the comp. There's a bunch of item orders for Yone. All the 80 carries are fantastic. Ezreal, Tristana, Samira, Warwick, all good. As far as the Lona, just any Kent, any Bodyguard, Blitz, Poppy, all great in the early game. Leftover items will go on Fiora, especially if you have 80 items. So now she's not bugged, so that's also why the comp is still S tier. Because Fiora is unbugged, she's actually going to do all the damage that she's supposed to do now, including in GA. She won't target swap. Actually, a really strong unit. And if you can get to Kaisa too with some items, it's just the first. Yeah, 6 challenger guys, it's still S tier. If you do get a lot of bows, just play it. Urgot slash Jinx is still an insane comp, S tier for sure. Now, of course, there is a lot of legendaries and expensive units here that you need to hit in order to top 1. You can definitely top 4 with Jinx 1, for example. But if you do want to go to the win, you can put some of those items here on a Jinx and maybe have the GA to make sure she's safe. Rage Blade is also fantastic. As long as you have Runes plus a sword item on your god, you're basically good to go. The rest can go on a Jinx, especially if you do hit the Jinx too. Plus some Crunch is gonna farm you items anyway. So yeah, definitely S tier. Urgot is still very good. He got buff plus Chemtech plus Twin Shot. So that is why I did put it in S tier. Now we have to talk about this one, right? So many Syndicate units got buffed, and well, is this just S tier? It's just straight up S tier. I.e. Rastus per Shaco, I.e. Anya Kali plus healing. GG, well played, go for first. That's really all it is. You don't even need, the scary part is that you don't even need Shaco 3 to top 4. As long as you have those items, the RFC could be BT, could be Giant Slayer, it's basically flex. But as long as you have Aida's Whisper, you can basically kill every single unit in the game except Shogath 3-star maximum HP, where you will need a Giant Slayer. Akali 2, after that, will be the win condition. Of course, if you do get Syndicate Spat, I recommend going for 5, maybe potential 7, depending how many you have. I don't really like running a random Darius or TF in a late game, but if you do get the Spats, if you can make it to 7, go for it. Yeah, this is S tier. If you get Shaco with those items, he's gonna kill a lot of units. He got buffed, his crit got buffed. You just have to make sure you get IE and you're good to go. Akali got buffed and she was already kind of secretly OP. So yeah, very be careful to Syndicate players now. Very strong, definitely S tier. Mutants. So as long as it is not Blade Master, even Omnivamp is actually fine. You could play 3 or 5 mutant depending on what it is. Air the Wood, Dark Star, Cybernetic, they're all actually really strong. The goal here is pretty simple. Shogath 3, Mazara 3, tanky items on the Shogath, Archangel, Gunblade on the Mazara, +1. You can have Shojin, you can have whatever. And yeah, you're gonna have to find Kaisa, but otherwise it is Kassadin to have even more frontline. And yeah, this is a comp where everything fits really well together. It's super strong. If you do get all of these 3 stars, you definitely top 4, and depending on how early you got them, you can definitely top 1. Okay, I've seen it already many times in Challenger. Just today when a patch did hit, it's gonna win again, S tier. Now I'm gonna begin A tier and Innovators. So actually, I need to talk about this because it's very important. Do not play Innovators unless you get Innovator Heart or the Soul. Okay, the Creep is trash, the Bear is trash, it's only the Dragon that is good now. If you do not get 7 Innovators, you're going 8th, okay? As long as you have some items on Seraphine, you found some tanky Jace and the Dragon, you should be okay. You should be going for top 4, maybe top 1 if you do Haro Jace 2 and some insane Seraphine items. Before that, you're going to lose every single round. It is very weak, okay? I would rather just play Enchanters or Lysandra or something else than Innovators, okay? It is very weak. So if you do not get Innovator's Heart or Innovator's Soul, do not play Innovator. It is actually very bad. If you do hit it, though, it is, again, still very good, which is why it's still in A tier. You need 7. I cannot stress that. You need 7. Now I'm gonna talk about Jhin. Jhin is still, it's still there, still A tier, gigantic frontline, bunch of utility, Aida's Whisper GS, still best in slot, Sniper with the MF to reduce the healing, Clockwork with Orianna. Depending where the X is for Socialite, you can move him a little bit. Definitely needs to be in the back line. But overall, the comp is still good. It's not the best, it's not great, but if you do hit those items and those units, you should definitely be able to top 4. It is still very strong in a mid to late game. Yeah, if you do pick up those items, you hit those units, and you don't play Shaco basically, definitely go for Jhin. High recommend, A tier. Now on to the real comps. Yeah, Trundle is still there. Yeah, there's not much more to say about this. Trundle is still there. You're still gonna get 3 Crocs items on him. BT priority, then QSS and Renance, but definitely best in slot. You're gonna 3-star him and Vi and potentially Zac, Cassandra, and Echo at 7 if you can, if you're close. Otherwise, you just go ahead to play straight up better units like Jess and Yumi in this case. Yeah, 4 bruiser Trundle is still very strong. I did see it go 6 at one point, but the rest of the time was everything top 4. So very consistent for gaining LP. If you do have clock openers, BT something, definitely aim to play Trundle. Still very good. Warwick reroll. So very situational. I like going for it if you do get static early plus challengers, because this combo here is gonna make you win streak early, all the way to stage 2 for sure, potentially stage 3 and the beginning of stage 4. And this is when you're gonna hit Warwick 3 plus the Chemtech unit, so you should be, still strong and top 4 basically that way, just because you have an insane early game. Really rare to see it win unless you get Victor items, but the early game is basically so good that you basically top 4 almost all the time, which is why I need to mention this comp. Definitely very good, definitely play it if you do get Styling Titans, QSS kind of items, those are the best in slot. The Morello and tanky names will go on the Lysandra because you're gonna try to 3-star her as well, or the Zac. That's basically it for this comp. Okay, I need to mention this comp because I believe it is underplayed and I don't know why, but Misfortune 3-star hurts like hell. Like, she hurts. She does a ton of damage. And I don't know why people are not seriously considering playing her, just because she's so strong. Even in the late game, she does so much damage. The only thing is you need those items specifically. I believe those are the best in slot. And after that, it's just the same principle as Jin. Basically, you just need to make sure that she has enough time to, hoot 3-4 times. She's gonna kill everything for you. If you do have her 3-star with those items, she's gonna kill everything. So those are just basically the clean synergies. Bodyguard frontline. It could be bruisers. It's whatever you hit. But yeah, do not sleep on MF 3-star. She's hurting a lot more than you think. And if you do get a lot of them in the early game, maybe level 6, level 7, consider rerolling. She's gonna do a lot for you. But that is it for this video, guys. Let me know if you do have any questions down in the comments. Otherwise, I will see you guys next time.